Okay. After returning from your ordeal in the supposedly haunted house on the cliffs above Saltmarsh, the party rested until the evening, upon which they met with the Saltmarsh town council, but not before Jase, a cleric of the Royal Mage Army, offered to examine Brynn's new magical scale mail. The council provided you with a reward of 200 gold pieces for discovering the smuggling ring and returning the stolen contraband. The council surmised that there must have been a larger vessel that the smugglers were in contact with, and offered you 400 gold pieces to board the boat when the time comes. Finish the smugglers off.
Yeah.
They posted watchers along the coast and will contact you when the time is right. You made a brief stop at the dock to check on the small keelboat that you gained from the smuggler's ring, and met Captain Zendros, a tiefling from Arcanidon, who offered a broker's deals for any magical items you desired. The party then went down to the town cemetery and met with Krog, a half-orc who tends the graveyard and is a local historian. After a quiet night of drinking with Krog, the party turned in and awoke in the morning to meet Jase and reclaim Brynn's armor. Jase and Jalmez both arrived and told Brynn that the armor would enhance his speed in the water. The two also demanded to speak to Eikooc and Kelnozz in private, and asked them to join the Royal Mage Army. After learning that it would mean being sent immediately to Arcanidon without Brynn or Theren, you told Jalmez and Jase you would consider their offer.
Kelnozz left. Sorry, Kevin.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah. Indignant that you did not immediately accept their offer, they told you that it only was good until the day's end. While Eikooc and Kelnozz had this meeting, Theren and Brynn, while standing guard outside the Wicked Goat, noticed that Meoth was perched on the roof of the barracks across the street watching the building. Noticing your detection, he ran away and was chased by the swift and sure-footed Brynn Isosceles, who nearly caught him, for the sneaky gambler dove into the river and managed to escape. That's where we left off. So you guys basically have the late morning, and you guys can decide what to do from now. And whoever has their sound on speakers should turn that off, so I can hear myself echoing.
You don't love the sound of your own voice?
It's only extremely distracting.
Distracting. Have you referenced it?
I think so. No. Wait. I'll have to talk for an extended amount of time. Yes, it has
Keep
fixed
talking.
it.
Well, there you go. It was me, apparently.
Thank you, Ryan.
Can't have smooth jazz in the background, then.
Ooh, I do love some smooth jazz.
I have to consider our YouTube fame now. So.
Oh, because Spotify was so jangly?
Spotify was definitely jangly. Alright, so what are you guys planning to do now for the rest of your day?
Well, Kelnozz, I have to admit I'm awfully tempted by their offer to go to Arcanidon and join the Mage Army.
I thought you might be, as you were always in search of magical items.
They did offer a large amount of power, although it seems that I would be giving up some freedom and also joining a bunch of jerk stores.
Perhaps we could infiltrate them and steal the magic items. And betray them in a bloodthirsty coup.
That is just like you to bring up bloodthirsty coups at every opportunity.
I am a drow. I can't help it.
Wait, what?
I mean...
Close one.
I wear a pair of glasses with a fake plastic nose and mustache on it.
I fear that they probably have too powerful connections to start a bloodthirsty coup at this point. But perhaps we can learn more from them and it will lead to greater magical riches. So let's keep our options open and string them along for a little while.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Brynn, have you ever been to, what is it called? Like Arcanidon?
Arcanidon.
Arcanidon.
Make a history check.
Who?
History check. I am. I have to get my character sheet open. There we go.
Arcanidon, it is what you the name of the city, but you also know that it's also known as Aberdon.
Aberdon. Brynn, certainly you've been around the world. I've heard tales of your valor. Have you ever been to Aberdon before?
Oh, good old Aberdon. Seen many a tavern there that I very soon forgot. But yes, I have been to Aberdon.
Is it true what they say, that there are just powerful magic everywhere in that city?
Some most powerful magic. This is super vague. I'm like,
You are a
You're like-
mysterious man, Isosceles.
pull out some like sweet
Vagary.
memoirs from that campaign.
Is Bryn wearing that mariner's armor now?
Yes, sir. Brynn has donned the mariner's armor.
Well, what say you, gentlemen? I lost consciousness at the end of our last adventure together. Perhaps
As you
you
always
can
do.
direct me in the correct direction.
Well, where would we like to go now? We have many options ahead of us, including there was a ship that we have a ship, which we needed. We could go try to discover its secrets, some sort of lost loot or something, some ship that went down, or I don't know what else. Meet the person in the graveyard.
Someone, Manistrad Copperlocks is missing the drift globe. Did we ever find that?
Yes, the drift globe. We did inquire about the drift globe to
Captain Xandros.
No, but we inquired to these two mage army miscreants that we just talked to here a minute ago.
Oh.
And one of them had a suspicious look in his eye when I mentioned the globe. Yes, he didn't outright say anything, but I certainly caught a hint of something.
Theren, did you detect that he was an evildoer?
Theren was outside.
Yeah, I did not witness this, but I don't trust either of them.
We don't have
The
any
other thing
proof.
is, the other thing is we never paid Kaladak a visit. He's a wizard here in town. He might know more about this acolyte that we were trying to
Yes, he lives
track
south
down.
of Saltmarsh.
Yes, there was also promise of work and other deeds
Bounties.
that we could do to the south at the mine, and research to be done at the historical graveyard keeper's house. He's a very friendly guy. I met him last night. There's lots to do potentially.
What say you, friends?
Theren, what do you think about this little shiny armor I'm wearing?
Well, you're no doubt useful for finding lost goods lost in a shipwreck. Might be
Ooh, indeed.
useful in our coming adventure there.
Perhaps we'll compare shininess of our armors.
Well, this plate mail I found from that defeated adventurer in the haunted manor is more battle worn than anything, but it shows the scars of use, and frankly, it's far more practical.
Indeed. I notice it's lost its shine.
Are you kind of like showing off this metal? Like, how are you standing?
Kind of
You're
with
kinda
that
like-
sassy pose, little hand on the hip action.
That's exactly as I was.
I look most suitable.
As soon as you said, "How do you like this fancy gear?" I just imagined you standing like that.
As you guys stand and talk, the streets start getting a little bit busier as more merchants start coming through town. Getting pretty close to midday.
All right, gentlemen, we must not dilly-dally. Let's quickly review our options.
I liked Theron's idea of visiting the local mage, discover what he knows.
Perhaps he has some valuables we can steal. I mean, borrow.
It's always good to consult the wise sages of an area.
Is it a sage or a mage?
Bit
Who
of
really
both, I
knows the
imagine.
difference, anyways?
Well, let's set off in that direction then. Tally ho.
Sally forth.
Does anybody know where he lives?
I wrote down south of Saltmarsh. That's all I have.
Well, let's go to the south and ask somebody. I'm sure they'll know him.
We'll ask for directions.
Everyone that looks south may make a perception check.
Didn't
He's
someone
in that
tell
small
us?
tower.
Ooh, whiff. 7.
You had a question there, Theren?
Didn't we get the location from? I'm trying to remember his name, but he's like the cleric.
No. No, you guys said, "Oh, we should have asked that guy while he was around."
Yeah, he disappeared. The gravekeeper guy.
No, you said goodbye.
What am I rolling? Oh, perception. Right. Where is it? Man, my brain is so
And you-
mushy.
Kelnozz, you'll need to do a perception check with disadvantage. Because it's
just as he
daylight.
rolls a 20.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, I shouldn't have chosen this character.
Oh!
Okay. Theren and Kelnozz, you both can just see the tip of a tower that is a few hundred feet away, further south.
I shout out to the group. Over yonder is the tower. We should
Wizards and their
proceed
towers.
with post haste, friends. Follow me.
Yes, lead the way.
Okay.
That might not be as fashionable as Mr. Isosceles over there.
Oh, strap and strap and strap. Just wait till we're in the boat, fellas.
You guys head down the. Here, I'll move us to the Saltmarsh.
Oh no.
Okay, so I'll ping us here. We were here by the Wicked Coach. So you guys head down the south road, where it takes you just past a ridge where it brings us down where the town's a bit more lower elevation. And as you round the bend there, you see a couple smaller houses and cottages. And from there, you guys can all more properly see in the distance still a 3-story tower that has
So we were in the south of the bridge.
You were down here by the Wicker
Okay,
Road.
cool.
And so you came down here. You could see this 3-story tower that has a red dome on top of it. And this is the tower right here. So as you walk by this area, you see 2 larger houses on your left and your right, and this house here is kind of like a much nicer house. And you can see a sign over on the building to your left over here that says the Orwell Mining Company.
There's the head office of the mining company. That very pleasant dwarf we met yesterday.
Manistrad Copperlocks.
That's the one.
Never forget the name. She told us about the drift globe.
She did, and said that if we ever needed work, we could head down to the mine, which is located at the base of the Frosty Tip Mountains to the south. Never forget that.
The team continues to search for inspiration.
Oh, Brynn, I would love to see your home country near the Frosted Tip Mountains.
Oh, the frosted tips. Many a tale could I tell you about those frosted tips.
Regale us a story, Brynn.
Wow.
The name of your town, Brynn, was Silverstand.
Sorry?
The name of the town was Silverstand.
Silver Stands.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something I came up with or you came up with?
I came up with it.
Alright. Well, let me tell you of my town, Silver Stands.
Did you make that up?
Silverstand.
Silver Stand.
Marriage's head. No? Sorry. Frosted tips. No.
I didn't hear you say.
Oh yeah, I heard you say jizz head. I thought that earlier. Stolen my thunder. With a poorly timed, muffled reference. Jizz head. Well, let me write down the name of this place again. Silver Stand. These notes are just like random facts.
Names of places and people?
Names of places. No other reference to the story at all.
Mine is
another random name.
Mine is riddled with spelling errors, I think. Like hacked up spellings of people's names.
Well, let me tell you about my town of Silverstand. Why, the snows in the winter were up to 4 feet deep in most places, and that's in just 2 days of snow. It was mighty cold, but we huddled together for warmth, and those who couldn't huddle simply stayed warm on their own.
What a peculiar place.
It is quite interesting because it seems cold.
I said peculiar.
Yeah. Well, peculiar is an interesting word. My elf tongue doesn't recognize what the meaning of this word would be, so I'll stick with super amazing. No town was ever like Silverstand. No town will ever be like it again. It was a utopia of cold but still seemingly warm. Bright sunsets, pretty snow, and the women and drink. My God, many a night I soon forgot. And I stare off into the distance longingly.
Perhaps someday we can visit there.
I continue staring into the distance. Yes! Yes. To Silver Stand. That's where we were headed, right? We got a boat. Let's get on the boat.
I knock on the door to the mage's house.
After a moment, you hear a voice from above you. And he says, "Who is it?" And you look above you, you see the tall, dusky-skinned man with a red turban that you had earlier seen on the bridge with Jamez.
We are adventurers. We are here to seek your wisdom and knowledge of all kinds of things. We're here to talk to you.
Are you the one that they call Theren?
Not I. I turn around and
I step forward. Yes, I am Theren.
Make a deception roll.
Ooh, risky.
Oh, that was at disadvantage.
Was it actually?
No? No, sorry, I didn't.
Oh no, I had pressed the button for disadvantage.
Oh. He says,
I was told
Well.
to find you here.
You were? By whom?
I don't remember.
He looks at your group, says, "Who are your companions?"
Well, this gentleman here, I point to Theren. I say, well, this is Kelnozz. And over here is Eikooc. I point to Kevin. And then Brynn Isosceles. I'm sure you've heard of him.
Only.
He says nothing and just walks out of your sight back into his tower. But
Perhaps you'll invite us in.
A second later, the door creaks open.
Well, let us not tarry outside.
After you, good fellows.
I
Check
start
the
to walk
traps.
inside.
Kelnozz, what is the meaning of this ruse?
It is my personality trait. I can't help it.
Most perplexing.
Indeed. Shall we?
I suppose so. Let's go.
You guys enter the tower, and though the tower is maybe 20-foot circumference on the outside, it seems much bigger on the inside, and it's well furnished with bright fabrics and pieces of art, and it seems to be taken from all over of Alberog. And sitting in a very plush chair, smoking on a pipe, is Kelnozz.
Theren, who's your deity again? Morgran or something? Are you muted?
Scott mute himself.
Well, of course, I
There's some
always
rustling.
tell people that I follow Cormac, but you guys know that I'm actually a
Sweeney.
devotee of Moraganon, of course.
Kevin knows
Moraganon.
what Sweeney is.
So I say, blessings to Cormac, and I pull out a holy symbol of Cormac, sorry. I say, what wonders you have here in your wizard's tower.
he says, "You said that you had questions for me, and that you were sent. Well, I'd like to hear of it now."
Perhaps you could tell me a bit about yourself first.
He seems to be growing angry at your question,
Hmm.
and says, "My time is very valuable here. I don't have time or desire to chit-chat."
Very well. Perhaps my squire Kelnozz can handle the rest of the proceedings.
Yes, my sir.
Carry on.
So, I wonder if you have heard anything of the rumors of the undead stirring in the forest yonder.
There are no rumors, if you mean the Shivering Wood. The dead always walk there. It is a cursed place, and always has been.
Always has been? There's no known cult or reason for it being that way?
It is a dark place, and though you may find cults there, they are not the source of the darkness. I
Do you
would
know
be
it
very
is?
cautious of going too deep into that forest. The undead that lurk there are more than just the skeletons and zombies that young adventurers such as yourself may have encountered. There are vampires there, and ghouls.
Well, we also came to this town seeking the counsel of a young mage by the name of Yezda. He is a neophyte who is looking for his master here. Have you heard of either of them?
His eyes go wide when you say Neophyte Yezda, though he seems to try to control for a second, and he says, "How do you know that name?"
Well, we were told to meet him here by his master, of course.
To meet Neophyte Yezda, you say? And,
Well, yes, but we can't find him anywhere.
And what was his master's name?
Well, he preferred not to tell us his name, but he swore we would be able to find his apprentice here.
Make a deception check. As you say that, Zeladek's face, or Kelodek's rather, Kelodek's face goes stone cold, and all of the lights, all of the torches seem to gutter out all at one moment.
Oof.
And his face takes on starts to take on a menacing glow of red, and he says, "You have come into the wrong tower if you seek to deceive the great Kelodek."
Seeing that my lie has been cut out, I backtrack most hastily and say, well, if you must know the truth, we were sent to kill Neophyte Yazda, which we, by a bounty, which we did, but he had this note with him that said he was to meet someone here in Saltmarsh. Hence we
Show
came to
me this
investigate.
note.
I hand him a stained and ripped parchment.
As soon as you take it out, you feel it be snatched from your hand, and you see it seemingly hop and flutter from your hand to him. And as it lands in his hand, the shape of a imp materializes, which was previously invisible,
Whoa.
and hands him the parchment. And as he does, the torches on the wall start glowing dimly again. And he says, "This neophyte was to come here and serve me. You've done me a disservice. Now you've come here. I hope it is to do more than ask questions. It seems that you owe me reparations."
Well, perhaps we could work something out. Goliath.
Yes, what was he coming here to help you with?
I have a great need for many reagents and ingredients needed for my spells. There are a great many places that are beneath my efforts.
Well, mine too, but perhaps my squire can help us out with labor.
During all this, Brynn and Eikooc, what are you guys doing?
Hmm.
I'm just standing in the back,
I'm
being
paying
tall.
close attention to, like, after seeing like the note and the imp and the lights go out, I'm kind of looking around nervously, unsure really what to do or how to compose myself. Yeah. Yeah.
What reason do I have to trust you with these jobs?
Well, we are sturdy adventurers, and capable of great tasks. We're good at doing quests.
We have the favor of the town council as well.
The town council, a bunch of bleeding goats. Well, I will allow you to do reparations for the inconvenience it costs me. Bring to me 3 diamonds, each worth 100 gold, and I will consider our debt repaid.
Diamonds.
Well, where could we find such things?
Diamonds can be found at the market, in mines. Frankly, I don't care where you get them. Now, if you have some questions, I will offer you what knowledge I have, should they be worthy questions. But my time is running low, so out with it.
Are you familiar with the mage army of Kaiser and those who serve him here in Saltmarsh?
What master of the arcane is not familiar with them? No. They've offered me a spot in their Royal Mage army. I'm not
Doesn't sound
interested.
And why have you chosen not to join them? I'm curious because they have offered me the same thing.
Well, for someone such as yourself, it may be worth it. A chance at perhaps to accomplish something. But for me, who's already accomplished much and more, it is a waste of my times. Why be a king among ants when I could simply enjoy my own solitude?
It's true. When you've already peaked, there's no higher to go.
He smirks. Hmm. So, will you be joining them? He looks you up and says, "You look like you're just beginning your studies."
Ooh.
I have not decided yet. I am contemplating their offer.
Well, I would not let fear stop you, if that is all. I would hate for there to be two scaredy cats in the Royal Mage Army. He chuckles. Was there anything else?
By chance, are you able to locate magical items? Specific magical items. We know of something that is lost.
He thinks for a moment. He says, I am aware of such a spell.
If we were to bring you the reagents for that spell, would you be willing to cast it for us? We are looking for something for someone.
He seems kind of bored and says, such a spell is beneath me, in fact.
All right.
I must
maybe
be, but I could offer it to you.
If it's
I would
so
have
far
to be
beneath you, maybe you could
familiar.
just teach it to me, and I will cast it.
He considers this for a moment. He says, I can sell you some scrolls, should you have the competence to use them.
I'm grimacing, but trying to hide it. That is most generous of you. How much would a scroll for that spell cost?
He opens up he pulls out a book and starts consulting his ledger. And he says, aha, locate object. I can part with this for 200 gold.
Oof.
How about less than that?
Perhaps if we bring you other reagents, you could trade us for the scroll.
Eikooc, make a persuasion check.
It's about as good as I
He
did.
says, for less than that, you may buy a lesser spell. And he turns to Kelnozz and says, and don't forget that you still have a debt to me. So please do not try to negotiate my debt to pay for future things.
Very well.
He says, it occurs to me, who else did you show this note to?
Have we shown that to anyone?
Yeah, I don't think we've shown it to anyone.
Good. And a flame erupts in his hand and burns the note.
Oh.
Just out of curiosity, who was the acolyte meant to meet in the graveyard?
He was meant to meet me. Then he wait. He kind of realizes something. He says, "Wait, have you been to the graveyard?"
Why, yes. That's the first place that we went.
And yet, you live. Hmm.
What do you mean?
It seemed like an ordinary graveyard.
And have you met?
This-
And did you meet Crag there?
Yes, of course. There's something you're not telling us.
Well, my graveyard is elsewhere. This graveyard is what a foolish place to have in my lair.
It is most unsuitable for such a powerful wizard.
This region is scattered with the ruins of earlier settlements and towns. There are old graveyards everywhere, scattered throughout the land. Perhaps if you earn my trust, I will one day allow you access.
But why would we want to go into a graveyard?
Well, perhaps one day you'll earn the knowledge that comes with that question.
You speak
Now-
in riddles, Kaladek.
Mm-hmm. Well, my trust is not so easily bartered. Now, are there any remaining questions that you have for me?
What is your relationship with the city?
Pay my taxes. No.
I have no relationship. I live here. Try to ignore the surrounding town as much as I can. And it has only been made harder by the arrival of those dwarves.
I see.
And adventurers such as yourselves.
Very well.
Halgud, did you desire to purchase any of my spells?
I don't believe we can afford it.
Yes. I'm a little light on coin at the moment. I would very much like to purchase your spells, but we will have to earn away the debt before we can earn the coin for those spells, it seems. We will
You
have
may.
to search for the magical items the old-fashioned.
I can part with a first level spell for 100 gold, should you have it.
As generous as an offer that is, I will pass for now, and we will return with diamonds aplenty.
Very well. Then begone. And I offer you one last piece of advice. Do not let any of those bumbling idiots of the Royal Mage Army inspect any of your magical items. A curse will be placed upon it.
A curse, you say?
Would you be able to detect curses for us?
Certainly, any apprentice should be able to identify a magical item. And he looks over at Eikooc.
Yeah, I could do that.
Do you have identify?
No, I don't. But can't I just inspect it for like a night or something? Like attune to it? Oh no.
Not
You mean
really.
like not for curses, right?
Well, it just depends. Like, it depends on the curse, right? If
Okay.
you are tuned to something, you can find out about the curse, but you are cursed at that point by tuning to it.
You need identifier.
But you not always. Like, if the curse is subtle or if the curse is designed to be hidden, right? You might never know.
Okay, so I changed my answer. Yes, I am capable, but I do not currently have that spell in my spell book.
The wizard has another one of those annoying smirks on his face, and he, from his sleeve, pulls a roll of parchment, and he says, "I'm giving this to you out of pity. Every wizard should have this spell."
I very much appreciate it. I completely am tail between my legs, humble now. I'm not even trying to like fight with this guy anymore. I'm just I got nothing. So I take it gratefully.
He says, "Be gone now." And the door behind you opens again, and the image of Kelnozz fades away.
Let's not tarry in this place any longer. It's very mysterious and whatnot. I head back outside.
Ooh, excuse me.
Is there an easy way to take spells from the compendium into your spellbook? There should be like a drag and drop.
You have to spend the time to put that into your spellbook anyway, before you can cast it.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Drag and drop did work. Oh, I know. It's going to cost me like 100 gold just to copy it in or something, isn't it?
I think it's 50 gold, maybe?
You also need a pearl to cast that. A pearl with 100 gold pieces.
Ugh. Oh well, Ryan, you're just gonna have to be cursed for the time being.
Okay. Alright, sounds good. Shabby says hello.
Yoo-hoo.
Hello.
Bob said, yoo-hoo. Sorry, I missed that last couple of sentences.
You're cursed.
From
Yeah.
the armor that I put on?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, that's a shame. Goddamn.
It
So
looks
one of
nice,
the
though.
reasons- One of the reasons I was asking Scott about his armor was this really didn't have a material change in my armor sleeve.
You can swim good now, according to that.
I can swim well, but I'm also cursed. So that's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who knows?
They didn't tell me it was cursed.
They probably cursed it themselves.
Yeah.
God damn
They took
it.
it and cursed it.
That's-
God.
Kelnozz seemed to imply that part, yeah.
All right. Do I know what the curse does?
No. Nope. You're just gonna have to find that one out when it happens.
Well, that's going to be pretty awful when that happens. I feel like the timing on it is going to be scarily in line with whatever negative effect it has.
Well, there is one way we could confirm this. Why don't you attempt to remove it?
Oh. But I look most suitable.
Maybe that's part of the curse.
I guess I could try to take off a sleeve or something. It's getting a little itchy under here.
You can take off a sleeve.
Oh, it's itchy in the chest piece too. I'm gonna try and remove the whole thing.
You successfully remove the whole thing.
Wait, what?
Oh, there you go.
Don't need to chop off your hand.
Don't need to chop off my whole torso.
This is disappointing.
Well,
So
we can stop off back at the inn so you can get a shirt back on. And then... what's next? Say you all.
Might not be a bad idea. Perhaps I can put this armor away for the time being until we know more about its negative implications. Does that work?
Indeed, that would be most prudent. Now, we certainly don't have enough coins to find a diamond that he requests too quickly.
If we could pool
Go to
together,
the mine.
if we could pool together another 20 gold pieces, I could buy the material components required to cast this identify spell. That doesn't get us anywhere because I was thinking about the locate object spell, so never mind. It gets us nowhere.
Wherever would we find 3 diamonds? The rarest of the... well, amongst the rarest of these stones. Gems.
We could ask the dwarves.
Yeah, the mine.
Ah, the mine! We have some thinkers among us. I give a careful nod to Eikooc, and I wink at Theren.
Well, let's not forget, we do have an engagement here in town in a week, so we shouldn't consider making a journey to the mine.
An engagement! How exciting! When's the
Perhaps you can
wedding?
wear your new armor.
I am, of course, referring to our attack on the smugglers, as they are due to return in a week's time to Saltmarsh.
Ah, very true. Perhaps just asking the dwarves will take less than a week. Maybe they've already dug up said diamonds.
And are willing to just give them to us?
Surely not.
We seem to be good at negotiating a barter system here where we go get a cheeseburger from one person to give to the next for a hot dog.
What kind of foods are those? Is that
Delicious
Aberdon?
food. Aberdonian food.
Tell me of this hamburger.
Is it like the sea bass?
It's not quite as good as the Solarian sea bass, but the hamburger, as you have pronounced it, is really the fanciest of sandwiches. A good inch-thick patty of meat, sizzled on a hot grill, with cheese and lettuce from the mountains.
I knock on the doors of the dwarves.
You hear from inside someone say, "Come in. The door's open."
I open the door and usher the rest of the party in ahead of me.
We enter.
You guys enter and you see that this is a wooden building that is mostly being used for administrative purposes. There's a couple dwarves situated at desks around the room with lots of stacks of paper, and then at one central desk in front of the window is very ornately carved oak desk is Manistrad. She's just going over some of her own paperwork there with a quill. And she looks up and says, "Oh, it's you guys.
Hello, Magistrate.
Come in, come in. You're going for a tour?"
You could say that. We're trying to find some diamonds. Perhaps,
Diamonds,
what kind
you
of
say?
mine is this?
What kind of mine is this, or what kind of mining operation are we running?
Yes, what kind of mining operation are you running?
Well, we're mining for ore in the frosted tips down south. Mostly iron. But there's a lot of tin in this area too. Go figure.
Where do you think we could... Oh, go ahead.
Do you come across diamonds in your mine at all?
Well, to be honest, it's not that common in this area. Most of the diamonds are brought in from outside the province, but there are gemstones to be found in the deep. Most of these are sold at the marketplace down by the mine. We have a small little community that's popped up around there. Have you tried going to the market and looking for some gemstones?
Not yet.
I suppose we could.
Ask the experts.
You might have to travel all the way to maybe even all the way to Seaton. Or something like that.
Okay. Well, it
what
seems
do you need them for?
We need them to provide to the gentleman across the way. Someone else help me with the name.
You're talking about Eleander?
No, it's a friend of mine who was in search of diamonds for performing minor magical rituals.
I kind of scowl at the drow. Yes, Eleander.
Oh, for the dark arts, you say? Well, I shouldn't be surprised with you elves. I can't say I have any spare diamonds, to be honest. You might find some in the market. I don't know if they'll be good enough for one of your fancy dark art spells. Or you could head down to the mine. Maybe there are some down there. The gemstone, the jeweler down there, he may have some gems from outside the province, even if he hasn't found any in our mine.
I think we will have to accumulate some wealth before we can buy such gemstones.
Indeed. How quickly was Kaladek looking for these gemstones? Perhaps we can spend 2 to 3 years accumulating enough wealth to purchase these diamonds. Not everyone at once.
Well, I guess we'll try the market then. We've got our eye open for your globe, of course. Haven't found it yet, but we'll make more inquiries. Let us know if you need anything else.
I still couldn't find that when I went home to my quarters.
Do you suspect it's been taken now?
I do. Maybe you're right that it was that sneaky Mioth guy. He and his two friends were poking their nose around here 2 days ago.
He is a wily character. Evasive. And quick.
What I need now is proof. Does me no good just to think it.
This is true.
We'll stay on the case, but we're not sure where to look next.
But we will look.
Really instilling confidence in us finding your thing.
Now, just let me know if you do decide to go down to the Orwell mine. Because if there is, there's a couple things I might have you do.
Well, what kind of things did you have in mind for the mine?
Well, if you are going that way, then I'd appreciate if you could mind the road while you're down there and take a look-see to see any signs of brigands or other kind of bandits. We've had some trouble with some security issues on our cargo coming back up from the mine.
How far away is this mine?
It'll take you a better part of a day to travel there.
All by land, or is it accessible by sea?
It does follow the coast. You could get down there by water if you have a vessel that's suited for such a distance. Perhaps get you there in perhaps half a day, depending on your boat.
Well, our boat is most suitable.
It would be hard to monitor or patrol the pathway if we took
Indeed, it does make that challenging.
Are there any other
But
tasks that you were looking
If
for?
we're looking for signs of break-in, we could always use a spyglass as we sail along the coast.
The spyglass?
Yeah.
One of those fancy telescoping devices I've heard so much about.
She turns to the Halgud and says, you asked about the other jobs. If you go down there, ask to see Jonda Stonetooth. She'll have some other tasks for you.
Jonda Stonetooth. Thank you.
Now, if you do go down there and you see some bandits or some thieves that try to take advantage of you or any of the caravans along the way, bring me back a proof of each one that you kill, and I'll give you 50 gold per. Nothing too gruesome, by the way. Maybe just a thumb.
50 gold per. That is a fair offer.
Well, friends,
Into the mine.
we shall be off then.
Before you go, I wanted to ask, Theren, was it?
Yes?
She asks, she says, the Theren, you follow Cormac Fairhand, do you?
Indeed.
Make a deception check.
Okay. Yes, here's his symbol on I wear on my armor at all times.
Okay, just have to find something. So she says, I have a request of you that is a bit sensitive nature. I don't want to go to the guard with it because I don't have any real information or proof, But I'm not sure if you've seen it. But there's a human, in Saltmarsh who runs the blacksmith. Have you met her yet? Have you met Mefera?
I don't believe so.
Well, the dwarves around town are upset, you see, because her anvil is clearly dwarven. And we don't know how a human such as she would have possession of such an anvil. We're wondering if you could inquire that with her. We worry that it might be stolen from one of our kingdoms.
I'll make inquiries as you request. Where can I find her?
She's not too far from the council hall and the docks, just a bit north of the docks. Just look for the forge when you get there. You can't miss it.
Very well. Is there anything else?
If you do find anything that is clearly stolen and clearly dwarven, then I think you should try and bring it back to us. But I'll leave that in your judgment.
Very well.
Thank you, Theren. You're a good copper.
I nod my head.
Thank you. And she starts going back to her paperwork.
Okay. Do we want to go down to the mine?
That does seem the most logical place.
Yes,
to
there are
try
many
and
things to
find
do.
her.
It's only
Perhaps
one
we
day's
can-
journey. We should be able to return for the date.
Very well, but I suggest that Brynn should scout ahead and ensure we don't fall prey to some of those brigands we just heard
Indeed.
about.
It's now late afternoon.
If we leave now, we will be traveling into the evening. Should we make ourselves busy for today and travel out in the morning?
We could go to the market and see how much a diamond would cost us.
And inquire about a stolen anvil.
Indeed.
Very well. To the market.
Okay, you guys head back up the hill towards the Wickerhead Goat. So the market area is just over here. Or that's where she said the... Oh, sorry, you guys are going to the market?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the proper market is just down here, and this is where you can find most of the items that you would need for everyday adventuring and for basic commerce and trade. You guys are going to look for... Well, who's going to do what?
I'm gonna look for diamonds and gemstones. Or jewelry, that sort of
Okay.
wares.
Make an investigation check.
Ooh. Walked right past the sign.
You start looking around for jewelry and gemstones, but you get caught up in this merchant that was trying to sell you some like really fancy meats, and you just get stuck in this conversation for at least 10 minutes.
This is real life happening. Oh, I was just trying to walk by your cell phone booth. Didn't need to get engaged in conversation.
What is the rest of you guys doing? What are the other three doing?
I guess I'll search out this blacksmith.
Okay, you're gonna head up to the blacksmith area. Okay.
I'll follow along.
I guess I'll stay with Ryan
Split the party.
for diamonds.
So, Eikooc, what are you gonna? You're gonna look for diamonds as well.
Yep.
Okay. So you can make an investigation check too, please.
Yuck! Have you heard about this meat? You must come speak with this fine gentleman.
You do get caught in with that conversation. And together it takes you probably half an hour before you're able to get to find anything that's even close to what you guys are looking for. And you do find a stand where there is a halfling man standing there, and he's got a blanket on the table with some pieces of jewelry. And after you take a look at some of them, you see that one could be a diamond.
This one looks like it could be a ruby.
Got your eye, has it?
So shiny. What is this? Is this a ruby?
You do picking up like a red one?
No, I'm picking up the one that
be a diamond.
Like it could be a diamond.
He says, a ruby? Nope, that one why, that's a sparkling diamond.
Oh my! It is quite sparkly.
You have a new eye to all these things, don't you?
I haven't seen too many pieces of jewelry. And
wow.
I wink at Theren.
This is one of the finest.
Why? How much would this? Is this a necklace? What is this?
This is like a necklace with a diamond set into a silver kind of casing with a chain around it.
Why? What would this wonderful looking necklace go for on the open market?
He snatches it back and says, "Oh, I couldn't possibly sell you this. It's promised to another buyer already."
Oh.
Make an insight check.
Oh, God.
It doesn't look like this guy's going to sell it to you because it's reserved for another buyer.
Well, that certainly is disappointing. I was looking for a diamond and thought that the red ones were diamonds and these clear ones were rubies.
Rubies are red. I do have a fine ruby ring right over here.
Ooh.
And he picks up a gold ring with a small ruby inset in it and says, "This could be used as a focus for one of your kind spells, if you know what I mean."
Oh, quite interesting. And what is the market price of rubies these days?
Well, this ring will go for a fine 20 gold pieces.
Quite interesting. Can I ask just like a general question?
Yep.
What do you mean by it could be used as a focus for, like, it can store a spell?
No, it could be used as an arcane focus, which is probably useless to you as a ranger.
Okay.
But
So it's
could
not
be
something
used
I
as
should know about.
it could be used by Kelnozz or Eikooc.
Hmm.
I also have a fine.
This lovely ruby.
I also have a fine assortment of pearls.
Pearls, you saying?
Yes.
What would one use pearls for?
Well, they look pretty, of
Looking
course.
fancy? Oh, that's quite suitable.
We can put them into earrings or other jewelry.
And what would a pearl set us back?
He pulls out a small pouch and puts his hand in. When he comes out, he has a handful of pearls of different sizes and qualities. And he says, "Depends what you're looking for." Are you looking for something big and shiny? Or something small and graceful?
Out of character, I have no idea.
Out of character, you're looking for one that is worth 100 gold pieces.
Oh,
I thought we were looking for diamonds.
You guys are looking for lots of things.
So Bob mentioned, so just one thing that I was reading, Bob, in the
Shit.
thing.
I just unplugged my thing. Sorry, I
So-
missed that sentence.
So when I'm putting a spell in my spellbook, it says each level spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 GP. The cost represents material components you expend as you experiment with the spell to master it, blah, 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 blah. So wouldn't that cover the pearl?
No, that's like paper and ink. The pearl is a material component that you need every time to cast a spell, but it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
But it's not consumed.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Some materials will be consumed. Like
I
diamonds.
see.
Diamonds are used usually in like revive spells.
Yeah, like resurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And maybe other reasons, I don't know. But
probably.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'm looking for a pearl worth $100.
yeah.
Yikes. All right. How much is your finest pearls? Tell me 20 gold pieces or I'm walking away.
Perhaps
Like, there's no point in me being in this
Ruby
conversation.
ring.
You guys have some gold.
I have 30 gold.
Why do you only have 30?
Mm.
You
Didn't
guys.
we get 50 out of the 200 we got for the last mission?
I don't remember.
The group was
I
given
doubt it.
200 gold. So, assuming automatic splits, you just feel free to
Alright,
consider that you have 80 gold.
All right, so now I have 80 gold.
Perhaps this ruby ring would help you in your magical ways. And I show it to Yuck.
It does look like a very nice ring. However, I am quite content with what I have currently.
He says, "Well, did you want a pearl?"
I would like pearl. I'm curious as to how much this nice one is. And I point to a very nice one that looks like it would do what I need to do. How do I describe
So descriptive.
No, I get it. So he says, this pearl. This came from the bottom of Taden Bay. I couldn't part with it for anything less than 120 gold pieces.
I would give you 70 for it.
70? You insult me. You know, it's possible that sailors died trying to get this pearl. And it's very possible that some of the money is going to their families.
Now see here.
Perhaps you would be able to part with 110 gold pieces.
He's a halfling, eh?
Yes, he's an old halfling.
I lean over to look more carefully at it, and I purposely stumble and look like I'm going to crush him, just with like missteps or like kind of falling over, just because of my huge frame and how small he is. I'm very much trying to intimidate him.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
I just look like I fell.
He says, "Watch it! That's what's the problem with you. Halgud. No one should be that tall. The rest of you are too tall. Now you're just ridiculous."
All right, I'm done bartering with you. I will go.
What about 105 gold pieces?
Still unacceptable for me. Have a good day. And I start to walk away.
Ah, fiddlesticks! Okay. So while you guys are doing that, Theren and Kelnozz walk north, and it doesn't take you too long before you hear the sounds of hammer ringing off of the metal anvil, and you find a small hut that is being used as a blacksmithy. And out in the yard is a young man who, even though he's probably only in his early 20s, maybe late teens, he's well muscled, and he's working on a piece of metal on the forge.
Greetings, sir. What are you working on there?
A piece of armor. Who asks?
Ah, it is I, Brynn Isosceles, famous bounty hunter in these parts. Perhaps you've heard of me?
It says,
and I'm in a different area with the Yook, right?
Yes.
Dang. Getting impersonated.
he says, I don't have any care for bounty hunters. What do you want? He's not even pausing as he hammers down on his work.
I motion over to Theren. Perhaps you should speak to him instead.
Perhaps, but remind me who we're looking for, Kelnozz.
It's Brynn.
Brynn, yes.
Who is this Kelnozz? Probably a handsome fellow, but I know not the name. I was hoping you would remember why we were down here.
Well,
Whoever you're looking for is not here. Now, if
How
you
do you
have
know
no
who we're looking for?
because I don't know you. And I'm the only one who's here right now. Now, unless you have business, I'll ask you to move on.
Do you know where we could find some diamonds by chance?
Perhaps the market?
I meant
Not here.
a different kind of diamonds.
Oh, actually, do I perceive that the anvil he's working on is anything special?
Make a perception check.
Oh.
You guys are rolling terrible tonight.
Is this guy a dwarf?
No, this is a human.
Hmm.
You don't notice anything particularly special about the anvil. It's, it doesn't look like you can't tell the difference between a human anvil and a dwarven anvil.
Before we leave, I have one last question, sir. Perhaps you know Meinrin? A woman who owns the blacksmith?
Mamrin?
That's what I said.
You looking for Mafura?
I don't know who that is.
That's my mother. That's the woman who owns this blacksmith.
Wait, she's your mother?
That's what I said.
Does she know anything about a missing anvil?
He narrows his eyes and says, "What's this about?
I'm just asking
Brynn
questions.
or Kelnozz or whatever you want me to call you?"
Call me Mr. Isosceles, please.
Unless your question is, can I buy this piece of armor or can I buy something or have something made, then I'm not appreciating a whole bunch of questions.
Well, is your mother not here at this time?
Don't appreciate strangers and elves, for that matter, coming and asking about Ma.
Can we speak with her?
What about?
A stolen anvil.
Pretty on the nose there.
She's ain't here right now, and even if she were, I'd say no. Because I don't like strangers coming around here asking dodgy questions, especially no elves.
I'm going to say we've been commissioned by the town to come by here and solve this crime, so it'd be in your best interest to help us out with any information you might have.
Make a deception check.
Let me level with you. We're not looking for trouble. We just want to get this thing wrapped up nice, quick, and easy, fill out the paperwork, and we'll be on our way.
Well, as I said, she ain't here right now. If you do come back, you can bring the town guard. Maybe she'll be here later.
We can do it the easy way or the hard way.
You threatening me?
You're goddamn right. I'm Brynn Isosceles. Surely you've heard of me. I'm not to be trifled with.
He confidently strides into the house. Theren, how do you react to this?
I'm I'm pretty shocked by this. I'm gonna say, Kelnozz, we better cheese it here. I mean, We don't have any evidence. We don't even see any fancy anvils around here. This anvil looks incredibly plain and ordinary.
Yeah, but he must know something about what his mother's been up to.
He emerges from his house a moment later, and now he's carrying a maul.
Is this an item we have for sale?
And he says, "You better get going if you're going to come here and threaten Ma."
Don't worry, I have a solution to this problem.
Guards?
I'm gonna hit him with friends.
Ooh, he's hostile toward you at this point.
Ah!
Yeah, you waited till he was approaching you with a weapon. He's definitely hostile.
Don't worry, I have a backup plan.
Oh god.
Charm person.
Oh man.
Okay.
Did you read that thing? What's it, Kevin?
They
Told?
know what you did afterwards, right?
After charm? Or no, after friends, right?
When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you.
Better not fail.
Better not fail.
I'm just looking up his stats here for a second.
What's this guy's name?
His name is... Well, actually, you haven't asked and he hasn't told you.
I haven't asked.
Trying to trick me into telling you the answers.
His name is Level 10 Blacksmith.
Level
Oh,
10
shit.
blacksmith. That's definitely not this guy.
Does 10 attacks.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. Here we go. I looked it up for all that time. It's just a straight roll.
Fail.
That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. Why would anyone take the spell if it literally does nothing?
Oh, you just... It's just a roll to die. I could have easily rolled under.
I'm just referencing what Kevin.
Oh, yes,
posted.
yeah.
I read all of those and was like, "This is so true to life."
Okay, so you... Did you do some kind of musical flourish with that, Kelnozz?
Will that help the outcome?
No, that's just how bards cast spells.
I will play him a friendly tune on my pan flute.
You start playing this pan flute, and as he walks towards you, he starts slowing down for a moment, and then seems to shake his head and says, "Did you just cast a spell on me?" Oh my
No,
god.
of course not.
Guards! Guards!
We start to run away.
Yes, very quickly.
Make a perception check.
Oof.
Okay, you don't see any guards nearby.
I'm glad
How
we
we
split
got
the party.
arrested.
The disaster.
How we split the party and got arrested. We're killed.
So where are you guys running?
We're gonna run. Are there any like dark alleyways or places that appear to be good areas to hide in? Like behind a building or in a shed, something that looks like it's a safe place to hide.
There's lots of buildings in this area, right? It is getting to the point where it's getting closer to dusk. It's like early evening at this point. So there is some shade and some dim lighted areas that you could probably try to hide in.
As we're jogging, I say, do you think we should hide or meet up with the rest of the group?
Keep running, Kelnozz.
Okay, so we'll run towards the rest of the group.
Okay, are you running In stealth or out of stealth?
Stealth.
Okay, roll stealth checks.
I'll do
Easy.
disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because of your metal?
Yeah, I'm not exactly geared for stealth.
I believe in you. Oof.
Okay, so you guys think you're pretty stealthy, and
Okay.
you, assuming you guys are running south, are you guys running to the other group, to the rest of the
Yes.
group? Okay, you guys run to the market without encountering any guards, and you see Eikooc and Brynn just finishing their haggle. You hear, fiddlesticks!
Where exactly what building are they at in the market?
They're just in this area. It's like carts and tables, and there's no
Okay.
buildings.
We'll run up to them. Actually, no. How do we do this? Okay, so we slow down and we casually walk by Eikooc and Brynn, and I kind of whisper to Eikooc in Undercommon, "Meet me next to the blue building to the east, in the back." And we continue to slowly walk by, as to not draw attention.
I just heard. Because I don't speak real Undercommon.
Yeah, but I taught you all the wrong.
You taught me all the wrong words.
But I can at least communicate with you. I'm like elephant, dishwasher.
How do I know what languages I know?
Well, then I'll speak in common. Meet me over there, in the building to the east. And we go and try to find like the most out of the way, like hidey space on the east side of the building.
Just to remind you guys, that is Gel and Primewater's mansion on the docks.
I don't immediately follow him.
What's his name?
Jilan Primewater.
Oh, Jalan. Yeah, we spoke with that dude.
Eikooc, Kelnozz, who currently looks like his disguise is so well applied that he looks more like a high elf than anything else, comes up to you, mumbles some gibberish words to you, and starts going towards the house. And you start noticing that people seem to be drawn towards like some kind of commotion towards the blacksmithy.
Okay.
Or up north, at least.
I guess
So-
I'm kind of standing in place, like looking between the north and where he just went. Confused as to what's going on.
Brynn, what are you doing?
So he walked by and muttered something in Undercommon,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't look like himself. Like he looked.
He looks the same as you saw him before. Like just
Okay.
at the beginning of the
disguise.
day, he did a really good at disguise.
So I recognize him,
Mhm.
and after he walks by and says whatever he says, I look at Eikooc and go, "So, did you catch that?"
I just kind of shrug. I say, I think he just got us into trouble.
What do you think all that commotion is?
I think we're about to find out.
Theren, what are you doing during this?
I'm following Kelnozz to wherever he thinks he's gonna hide.
We can speak to Jalan. Maybe he'll let us in because we talked with him before.
Our great fugitives.
Okay, well, Kelnozz and Theren are lurking behind the mansion
Yuck.
along the docks.
Perhaps we should try and catch up with them to find out what he meant when he said, or whatever he said. Phenomenon.
I think let's see what they're running away from. Maybe we can maybe we can run interference.
Oh, interesting choice.
So I kind of like
What can you see from way up there?
I stand kind of in between where they came from and where they ran to, trying to just stand big and tall and try and block the view of anybody coming down the street who might be running after them. But also just kind of like just standing around watching the commotion from afar.
Make a perception check.
Such bad rolls today.
You just see a bit of a crowd up north, down the way a bit. So like people are just looking at something, but the crowd's already kind of dispersing.
Okay.
Victimless crime.
Kelnozz, I was charged with a task of justice,
Well,
and now
sometimes
I
things
fear-
go a bit sideways. Let's not go pointing fingers at who.
You threatened the man. We had no evidence, and it wasn't even the person we were looking for.
Like I said, let's not go pointing fingers.
Nice to meet you. Did your mom steal something?
I rolled a 19 deception check.
Okay, so
How did you not believe me?
Eikooc, you're looking around.
Yeah.
Kelnozz, Theren, you're behind this mansion. Brynn, what are you doing again?
I'm still with Eikooc, trying to like see over the crowd that's dispersing, see if I can notice any like fuming people storming down the hill or guards hurrying about or anything.
Make a perception check.
See what the commotion is. Dude, these rolls.
Yeah. It's been a rough night.
You don't see anything. You're looking for people who look like they're angry, or looking for people who are,
That's what.
fuming, looking at some kind of a thing, and you don't see anything before you feel a tap on your shoulder, and you turn to see a guard standing next to you, and he says,
Good day, sir.
"An elf, come with me," and he grabs your arm.
These goddamn victimless crimes. Hey!
I grab his other arm.
Well, now, what's going on here?
Hold it right there. What do you want with my friend?
And the guard turns and says, "Back off, Halgud. We got a report of an elf casting spells on poor old Jasper.
Well,
I'm bringing him to see if this is the elf."
this elf has been here with me the whole time. Ask anyone around. He has nothing to do with your renegade elves.
I've just been trying to buy some gems from this kind merchant over
If
here.
that's true, then Jasper won't say it was him who cast the spell. Now, buzz off unless you want to spend the night in the barracks too.
Night in the barracks? That sounds most unsuitable.
Alright, I let him go, and I follow along.
Okay, so he
Perhaps
says
you can just talk to the merchant that I have been dealing with.
he's pulling you. Are you gonna resist?
I'm trying to convince him to speak to the merchant.
Okay, make a persuasion check. Oh, you did. Is this your...
Sweet.
Oh, no, that's perception.
No. I was trying to figure out why I always had 2 dice rolling for every roll, and it's because I've just always had that advantage thing clicked. So now I've fixed it, and we'll make a perception or persuasion.
Persuasion.
Hey.
Ooh, a decent persuasion.
He says, all right. Halfling, how long has this elf here been standing here? And the halfling turns and says, about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Never bought anything, though. Typical elf.
Jesus.
He says, okay, and he lets go. He says, stay out of trouble. I'm watching you. And he looks at the Halgud and says, and you better watch your lip around the guard.
I only spoke the truth.
And he says, you ain't seen any other sneaky elves around here?
No sneaky elves around here.
We elves are not sneaky. Not all of us, anyways.
Make a perception check, Brynn. You hear him say, as he turns away and says, tell that to the dead people in Aberdawn. And you can see that he's starting to investigate around the area. Kelnozz and Theren, you guys see that whole encounter, and you see that the guards is now trying to start investigating the dock a bit more thoroughly. Eikooc and Brynn don't seem to be following your suggestion. What do you guys do?
Well, one option is that we stealthily climb to the water and like hide under the dock. Because I'm not sure if we should speak with Jalon. Jalon will probably rat.
How are we going to do business in this town?
We're just
It'll die down.
it's an under the dock business with the trolls. The dock trolls. MD.
Okay, roll a stealth check if you guys are going to remain hidden during...
What do you think?
What else could we do? I mean, we could if we see him coming, we could kind of.
You see him coming. You see him getting closer to your spot. So we need snap results here. The guy's hiding, or are you going to do something else?
Well, we could just like leave a little bit. Oh, where are we? We're like down here near the
We're
dock.
like here on the sneaky side of the house.
Okay. Well, we could just go around the other side of the house and just kind of. Where's our boat in reference to this?
You guys left it around here.
Okay. Well, it's pretty convenient. We could hop on the boat and just go for a little row.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Just put a hood over your head
If
there.
you-
You don't want people to see.
Theren, I need you to either roll a stealth check or you're not hiding.
Okay, well I have to roll a stealth check then.
At disadvantage.
Yeah, I think I'm still.
Well, actually, if you're not going to move, I'll let you roll it without disadvantage. Okay. So you guys are watching this guard take a closer look around. And as he gets closer, Theren, you manage to slip around the building. Just as he's going to pop out and look at you. Kelnozz is not so lucky. And he says, "Ah, elf, halt!" And he's now running at you, Kelnozz, to try and close the distance.
I will run as fast as I can towards the boat.
Okay. What's your speed?
My speed is 30.
Okay. So you run, and there's a whole bunch of ropes on the ground. Make either an athletics or a acrobatics check.
To like jump over the ropes?
Mm-hmm. Your choice.
I'll do acrobatics. Alright, I'm going to do some sweet flips here. Oh!
Okay, so you manage to, you're running along the area, but you have to focus on where you're putting your feet to stop yourself from tripping, and so you're essentially going to treat this 10-foot space as difficult terrain. It's just half your speed.
Damn it.
But as you pass that, and as the guard runs behind you, he trips and says, he says, I found him! I found him! He's running to the docks! And you can see just the crowd in general has been turning to see you. Okay. You're closing in on the dock and the boat. Theren, what are you doing? You just saw Kelnozz and this guard rip off after each other.
I'm gonna stay clear of that shit.
Okay. Eikooc and Brynn, you see this as well.
Is he still dressed as Brynn now?
I'm dressed as like a fancy elf.
Yeah, he's just.
I don't particularly look like Brynn per
He's
se.
got,
I
like-
was just lying about my name.
He's got like makeup and stuff that's applied to him to make himself look like a high elf right now. Usually he looks more like a dusky skinned human like Kelnozz did when his disguise doesn't go quite as well. So Brynn and Eikooc, what are you guys doing as you see this chase ensue?
We must help friends somehow, while avoiding trouble ourselves.
I shake my head and say, the only help he can get is in the dungeon now.
Oh, shit.
Kelnozz, you are approaching the dock where your boat is tied, and you can see that there's now a couple guards who are running after you. You reach the boat. They're about 20 feet behind you. The boat is tied.
Yep.
Describe your actions.
I cast a spell called Mage Hand, and I use the hand to untie the ropes as I'm jumping into the boat and getting the oar.
Okay, so you're going to jump into the boat and cast this, or?
Well, like as I'm running towards the boat, I cast it. I can do it within 30 feet. And then, like, as I'm approaching the boat, the hand is...
If you're going to do it while you're running,
Mhm.
and presumably running pretty fast, I want you to make a concentration check to even cast it.
Oof. Is that Constitution?
Mm-hmm. And
Alright, change of plans.
yeah,
I'm going to dive into the water. And I'm going to try to swim. I'm going to dive in, like, as if I'm... Here, let me draw it. Where's the pen? Here we go. So I'm running along here, right? And then I failed my magic, so I'm not going to try to take the boat anymore. And I keep running, and I jump into the water in this direction. And as soon as I breach the surface of the water, I actually double back around and swim underneath the dock. And I try to hold my breath for as long as I can.
okay, make a stealth check. Okay, you do all that, and you hide under a dock for a few minutes, and it seems like a few minutes go by, and it's like you don't hear anyone try and come up to you. It
Okay.
seems like you've given them the slip. Now, in the
So using
meantime,
my last,
hold
I'm
on.
gonna do one more thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So sorry. As you jump into the water, the guards rush up and curse and turn back, and they basically see Theren, Brynn, and Eikooc watching on, and they start approaching you guys.
How far can I get before I have to like? Oh, where did I stop? Did I make it to this one or only this one here?
It's up to you, because you didn't hear any signs of pursuit as you were swimming. So it's essentially going to be how long, because it would take you a bit of time to do all that swimming, right? We're talking like maybe 30, 45 seconds. So it depends what kind of reaction, if you have something planned.
Yeah. So I want to
to
do. I want to do one thing. Then I would say that I only
Just
went
go.
this far,
Okay.
and then I would use my last spell slot to cast Disguise Self. And I'm going to choose a completely different appearance.
Okay.
Who am I going to... Should I choose someone in particular?
That's up to you. While you think about that, we're going to go back to Brynn,
Okay.
Eikooc, and Theren. The guards are approaching you now. They're just like walking. They're not running up to you, but they're approaching you, and they don't look happy.
Well, friends, what do we do? Do we pass this off as another friend to the sea? We certainly can't be fighting these guards in the town where we're supposed to be doing good.
We won't be fighting these guards. He's made his bed and he must sleep. He must sleep in it.
So
The guards approach you and say,
while this is happening, can I get close enough just to hear what's happening? Using my new disguise?
No, because this is mostly happening while you
Okay.
go swimming.
Cool.
The guards approach you and say, "You there? You're the companions of that elf."
That elf? We don't know who that is. He just ran down here and jumped off the dock. Swimming around all willy-nilly out there.
He looks at Theren and says, "You were seen with him around the market today. Don't try to deny it. Now, you can tell your friend that if he wants to live peaceably in this town, he's going to have to pay 10 gold pieces or spend a day in the brig."
A day in the brig.
And remember, we don't take kindly to anyone casting your dark arts around here, especially not stinking elves.
I say, I follow only the true virtuous arts, no dark arts. Here, take 10 gold. That you don't have to bother with finding my companion, just to save you the time, you see.
He puts the 5 gold in his pouch and seems to tuck the other 5 gold somewhere else and says, "Next time, we won't be so generous. Tell him play by the rules, or we won't have him in Saltmarsh anymore." And with that, the issue seems to be resolved.
All right, let's go find him. Make sure he isn't drowning or some such.
You should check on him. That situation seems to have boiled over more quickly than I imagined.
It was a victimless crime.
Victimless crime. So I'm dressed as a sailor, and I'm leaving the dock. I'm walking towards you guys, whistling sailor shanty. Actually, I'm going to sing it. If I can find it.
All right.
Here we go.
Have you already rolled your disguise check?
I cast a spell, Disguise Self.
Mm-hmm. So as you cast this disguise spell, just this pale blue light shimmers over you and makes you look like a sailor.
And I'm going to sing a sea shanty as I'm walking towards you guys.
Okay. Well, what quality is this disguise? Ooh.
Remember the guy that we met, Djinn?
Yeah.
Like the bandit sailor? I'm dressed exactly like him.
Okay. I walk straight by you to the docks to look for Kelnozz.
I guess you don't even notice me?
No, I think you're that other guy. Oh wait, what is his name again?
Djinn?
I noticed Jin. I say, hey Jin. Have you noticed Kelnozz around here?
No. I spoke with the town guard. Sounds like they found him floating face first in the water. No pulse, no nothing.
Make a deception check.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scott, make a insight check.
Oh my god.
What a fool. What a waste. Such a natural talent. Died like that.
Those guards lied to me. They said he got away, but he's dead?
I'm afraid so.
Well,
with him gone, perhaps you could have another hardy sailor join your party. I know my way around the riggings on a boat. There's some good bandit hiding spots that we could sail around to.
well, we are looking for a sailor to help us navigate our boat. You see, Kelnozz and I we're no good at it ourselves, but maybe you could help us get to this lost shipment that we've been told to find.
Say no more.
I motion to the others to come over here. Here now, I've found someone who might be able to help us navigate the shallow bays.
Where's your ship? You're right, seafaring vessel, I hope.
I hope it will be good enough. It's tied just close here over here.
Close to where Kelnozz died. Rest in peace. May the gods watch over him.
They sure got his body out of the water really fast. I don't see anyone here.
Well, the town guard was there right away, and they fished him on out of the water. You don't want to keep a body floating around. It's unhygienic and not safe for the townsfolk.
Indeed.
Brynn and Eikooc, what are you guys doing?
So,
Good question.
yeah. I've lost track of what we were supposed to be doing. We've gotten caught up in running from the cops.
We were gonna go fight
One
some
of our buddies
brigands to the south. We were just making a
Pirates
quick
still
stop
in there.
off.
Like, I thought we were going for a long rest and then head into the mine. So we now have this pirate hanging about?
As far as we know. You guys could have some perception checks, but he rolled a frickin' 21. So good luck.
Did pretty
The
good.
21 is just for his
That
singing.
was from my song.
Yeah. So it's Eikooc and Brynn. Are you guys now with these guys? The other two?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
we'll go down and join them.
Okay.
Um,
Ahoy there, landlubbers.
Ahoy! And who are you?
I believe we've met before, have we not?
It does appear to be the bandit that you guys tied up and let go during at the haunted house during the smuggling.
Ah, yes, that weak, cowardly bandit that wanted nothing but to live. How is your living going?
Well, ever since you took care of Sambalay, I'm unemployed. I'm looking for work.
Oh,
Got a
Make
wife
it-
and 2 kids to take care of.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Or we could do Brand could do a insight with advantage. But we'll just
Already
take your So Bryn, do a
quite
and
interesting.
Eikooc, if you're standing right next to him, do an insight check as well.
Please roll.
okay. Jesus.
Okay, so Eikooc, you recognize this as Kelnozz's voice.
Okay. I just look down and shake my head. Come along. Let's call it a night and make for the south. Those bandits in the morning. Kelnozz, you too.
Damn it.
I'm so used to his shenanigans from traveling from before. Just like this again.
I speak to Eikooc in Undercover and I say, "Did you see that shit? I jumped into the water. It was amazing."
I only understood the word shit. Or no. Yeah, I only understood the word shit.
Quit lazing
Okay.
about, landlubbers. Let's get going. I go back to my normal Kelnozz.
Are you saying you dropped the spell?
No, I don't drop the spell.
Oh, okay.
I make it clear to Brynn and Theren that it's actually me. But I keep my disguise because I don't want to
I
cause trouble.
I don't say anything, but you can see my disgust with you growing.
Well,
Kelnozz, you owe Theren 10 gold.
I attempt to steal from Brynn.
What are you stealing from Bryn?
Yeah,
10
what are you
gold.
trying to steal from me? How do I counter your?
You make a perception check.
Oh!
I say, here's 10 gold. Thank you very much for paying. I always pay my debts.
Indeed. You owe a debt to no, I wouldn't say that now. You owe a debt to Oraganon. We'll never solve that case now. Justice will not be done.
There's many ways to get justice, my friend. We have just begun.
I hope we've had enough for today.
Perhaps.
It is now getting dark. Dusk has fallen.
Okay. Make our way back to the inn. Where we've been keeping all our stuff.
When you get to the inn, everyone make a perception check.
Is it the same inn that we normally stay at?
Yeah, you guys are Assuming that's where you guys are going.
Wicker Goat Inn.
Yeah.
With Lankus.
We need Kelnozz to do a perception check.
Did it not work?
Oh, you did.
17?
I'm sorry.
No
I
worries.
think that was Nelson.
That was me.
Oh, wait, what?
Is that 14 from you? Is that just now, or is that earlier? Okay, 17's good.
Okay, weird.
Okay. So you guys notice as you get close to the inn that on top of the roof of the barracks there's a shadowy figure. And as you get closer, a dagger suddenly appears at your feet.
Oof.
And as you look up, you can see that Mioth is standing on the barracks. And he says, "We'll have your answer now. What'll it be?"
I decline your invitation.
I was hoping you'd say that. And what about you, Dark Elf?
I don't know who you're talking to. I'm a simple sailor. Wait, does my spell run out?
Nope. Not to your knowledge.
Lasts for 1 hour. Has it been an hour?
Nope.
Yeah, so I'll say I know not who you speak of.
He says, "Really?" After a moment, he does a quick incantation, and you see a spectral hand made out of pale blue light, a mage hand, grab the dagger and float back up to him. And he says, "I was hoping you'd say that. Be seeing you around." And he disappears.
Well, nothing bad can possibly happen from that.
I was hoping you'd say that.
So you guys are now standing in the dark street. What do you do?
Well, we can go into the bar.
Yep, I can sleep just fine after that happening.
We could make our way south even tonight. And, we'll see if any brigands attempt to attack us in the night. We'll put a stop to it.
That sounds like a terrible plan. Let's go sleep in the woods so people attack us. I would like to get a safe rest. Journey forth in the morning.
Indeed, we waited all this time just to launch ourselves into the depths of the evening.
Also, I burned a lot of spell slots on my escapades.
Very well. So rest tonight, and tomorrow let's be off as early as possible. I don't want to even show my face in this town.
Yes, this town is terrible, filled with a bunch of troublemakers, if you ask me.
Yes.
This overzealous town guard, always picking on the little guy. You know what I mean?
I go to my room and make entries in my journal about the drow's behavior.
Okay.
My notes about his magic use.
All right. Anyone else have anything to declare before they turn in for the night?
No. That Kelnozz, you need to watch yourself in this town. We're not well liked.
Okay, so you guys are take your long rest, and you wake up in the morning, fully refreshed. The day is yours.
Well, I say we set out down the road south to the mountains in the mine town. Brynn, would you take the lead and make sure the way is clear of any bandits, or if you see any trace of them, then let us know and we should investigate.
Absolutely. And I disappear into the morning mist.
Well, stay within sight. Where are you?
Gone!
Travel together. It's safer that way.
I can. What would be like a safe distance if I traveled like 500 feet ahead or something like that?
Just take the lead, Brynn.
Oh, okay.
Let us follow you, but
I can move
keep your keen eyes
stealthily
forward.
at a normal pace.
Excellent. You do that.
Yeah, if you're like 30 feet ahead of us or something, maybe like somewhere just scared ahead a little bit.
Go
This is your
ahead.
time to shine, Ryan. Use those.
Begin
skills.
scouting ahead.
Leaping from tree to tree.
Okay. So you guys leave the town. You start your journey down south. And Brynn is scouting ahead. So you are what's the distance between you and the rest of the group?
I would say probably about 50 feet.
Okay.
Solid 2 rounds for us being able to get to him.
Make a perception check.
Perceiving. Cal Varnson speaking. Have not rolled above a 10, except the last perception.
You don't see anything while you're scouting ahead, and after
I've gone blind.
after a couple miles, you guys are ready for your first kind of pause in your journey to just take a rest. And as you do so, just as you're starting to slow and come to a good spot to camp, there's a puff of smoke on the road ahead of you. And as the smoke dissipates, you see 2 figures, one with scale mail and a large wicked glaive with long bluish purple hair.
Mm.
And next to him is a woman in scale mail with a trident and a shield with long red hair. And they say, "Prepare for trouble and make it double. To reforge the world with transmutation, to bolster our armies through conjuration, to defend our Canadon with wand and rog, to King Kaiser's rule across the rock. Jasse, Jamez. Royal Mage Army in Arcanus light. Surrender now or prepare to fight." And a second cloud of smoke appears, and out jumps Meoth! That's right!
Oh my.
Roll initiative.
Oh, man.
Oh, Bob, what a...
So, Forbes, I will have you know that the last 2 nights before bedtime, we have been watching Pokemon Indigo League.
Oh gosh.
And well done. Take inspiration.
Yep, that was a really good long-term payoff on that one.
Yeah.
I was gonna make it slightly longer, but Kev, you said you were going away for 2 weeks, so I've also had that idea for over a year. So okay, roll initiative.
Wow.
Where's
I guess
our tokens?
Our tokens were to
Oh
show
yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is just gonna be rough theater of the mind here because it's just a random town here. Do I have tokens for these guys?
Is this our first combat? No.
It's
Never
first
mind.
combat in like 2.
Yeah, we've
I'm
been
trying to find my.
dicking around with the guards
initiative. There it is. Jeez.
for 2 turns.
Oh,
Well, that's weird. So now that I select advantage, it doesn't work.
Oof. Look at that speed.
Oh, no token was selected.
I'm just deciding what tokens to use. I was very nervous about saying all 3 of those names all at once. So when you guys are like, "What's the third person's name?" It's Jamez, Jase, and I was like, I can't say Meowth because if I say Jesse, James, and Meowth too closely together, you would be thrown off.
Too much of a giveaway.
I wouldn't have got it.
That's the thing. Like Kat was talking about it, she's like, "It's so obvious, but only because I know."
Yeah. Honestly, the thing that should have been more the giveaway was that guy's voice.
Meowth or Jamez?
Meowth.
Oh,
Meowth, yeah.
who's Jamez? Jamez.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Brynn is in front, and you guys can take a second to figure out what your marching order was besides that. Okay.
That's the road?
This is the road. Oh, let's move you guys just for a second.
What's our marching order here?
So Brynn is in front.
I think I would be following him. Next.
Okay. You guys do that.
I'd probably be hiding behind Theren. I'm a coward.
Except when it comes to deceiving people.
Man,
You're just
I thought I
literally
deceived.
deceiving everyone.
I thought I deceived the shit out of that guy.
You guys
Instead
don't
of
often
just
go
us.
for the just talk to them normally tactic.
Immediate deception.
Well, that's my dude. I lie for no.
That's fair enough, yeah. Okay, I will now
We're missing
roll.
Theron's initiative.
It's 11. Oh, we have to roll it again. Hold on. Is it there? Okay.
I don't even see the. I don't know. I don't see the turn order thing. Is it showing for you guys?
Yeah.
Yep,
It's here, yeah.
I see it.
Huh. Am I tripping balls?
Possible.
Yep.
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 Okay, well I'll have to just do it manually. Who had between 25 and 20?
I had 23.
Kelnozz had 23. Then I had 15.
Hold on. I have to roll for these guys still.
14.2. Hi.
Okay, Kelnozz had 23. Who had between 20 and 15?
I did. I had 15.
Okay, Brynn has 15.
Theren had 14. And yep. Has a big ol' 6. 15. No, just 6 actually.
Okay, Kelnozz, yours first, so go ahead and start us off.
All right. What can I do here? Forgot how to fight. Okay, I'll do Bardic Inspiration. And this is a bonus action. And I'm going to choose Brynn Isosceles. You get a d6 dice.
Hi-oh.
And with my
Choose whenever I like.
Excuse me.
uh,
Yes, you can
on
use it.
ability check, attack roll, saving throw.
Yeah.
And then for my actual action, this... No, that doesn't work. This is the one that I want. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire. It's within a 20-foot thing. 20-foot cube. And so it's going to hit all these dudes. And they do a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it.
Here's Mia.
Ooh.
Here is Jamez. That's a fail.
That's a fail.
And here's Jase. 2 fails and a success.
Can you put a little icon on them? Just so we remember.
Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, cool. Alright. Are you going to do any movements?
No, I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay, Brynn is up.
All right. Well, so what did you just do to Jazzy? You fairy fired him?
I hit both Jazé and Jamé with Fairy Fire.
So attacks against them are at advantage.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take a step to the side here, and I'm actually going to fire my bow at Mia. since the two of them are in some sort of advantage square, because Meoth hasn't acted yet.
None of them have, but go ahead.
So I get advantage because of my favorite enemy. Here goes. Let me just check my thing here. It's already added in. I am going to use my Bardic Inspiration before you tell me whether that hits or not, because I have a feeling it doesn't, and got a 6. Bringing it to 18.
And 18 hits.
Oh! Let me get rid of my Bardic Inspiration token. And it does 9 piercing damage.
Your arrow flies true and strikes Meoth, giving him a scratch on the arm. And as that happens, you notice a blue shimmer fade away from him. And you see Meoth's true nature is he is a giant cat man. And he's got a long tail that you now realize is what tripped you on the bridge yesterday.
Ooh.
And what was his blonde, bushy mustache with hair standing on edge are actually long whiskers, and his entire body is covered in the yellow-haired fur.
Ooh. Garfield.
And he hisses at you, "That one is mine!" And are you going to do anything else in your turn?
I don't believe I can else, but squeeze my butt cheeks together with my bonus action.
Okay. So on
So,
Jean... Go ahead.
So he's no longer humanoid then, right?
He's a humanoid, yep.
He's still humanoid? Okay.
In fact, you can make a nature check if you'd like.
Oh, I would like to make a nature check. I suck at these. Of course, I get one of my best rolls of the game.
And it's still, in this case, not quite enough. You really don't know. There's no race that you know of on all of Alberock that is a walking, talking cat.
Oh.
And yet, that's what's in front of you. Jamez starts spinning his glaive in his hand, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 comes right up to you here.
Uh-oh.
And as he's spinning his blade, he comes up to you. As he gets within range, he's actually just going to come here because he has a range of 10 feet with his glaive. And he's going to come down and smash the ground with the butt of his glaive on the ground. And he casts Thunder Wave.
Oh. My weakness.
Okay, so make a Constitution saving throw. Everyone within 15 feet, so that's Brynn and Theren.
Constitution?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Okay, you guys are both pushed back 10 feet, and you take 11 thunder damage.
Ouch.
And let's just check something.
Not only Pikachu knew Thunder Wave.
Okay, and that is Jamez's turn. Next is Theren.
Well, I think what I will do is I will ask for Moraganor's favor. Oops. Yeah, there we go. I cast Bless. And basically I'll cast it on myself, Brynn, and Eikooc. And basically it means you get to add
I know it very
D4.
well. It's very good.
Yeah, you all get to add D4 to saves and attack, like permanently right now.
Yeah, it's OP. It's great. Okay.
Pick your favorite icon for that. I don't know. Let's see. There we go. We're blessed. Actually, it looks more like a shield. There we go. That's a bless.
Okay. Meoth will take his full movement somewhere. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here. And he is going to cast a spell. Why is my keyboard not working all of a sudden? Ooh. 5, 6. Okay. He's going to cast Hideous Laughter on you, Brynn.
Ooh.
Make a Wisdom saving throw.
Man.
You can do it.
Oh.
Add D4.
Add a D4.
Really not gonna help you.
A shimmering blue light surrounds his fingers for a moment, and suddenly the whole scenario seems extremely funny to you. And you start chuckling, and then you start guffawing, and within a moment, everything is so funny you are in a fit of hysteric laughter, so much so that you can't even stand, and you double over, prone and incapacitated.
This is when Blip destroyed the entire game of Galaxy Trucker all over again.
Okay, now it is. Oh, and he is going to. Then he crouches down. It looks like he's preparing to move at any instance. Eikooc, it's your turn.
Right. I am going to cast. Sleep. Right in the middle there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got enough hit points out of that though.
Where's the middle, please?
How do I make a pointer go on again?
Just hold
Yeah.
your click.
Yep.
Okay, 90 feet. So it's gonna hit all of them.
Yeah, well, it's 90 feet, and then it's 30 or it's 20 from a center. Also,
Okay, so Meoth falls asleep. That spell's so powerful. There's no save. It's just
it's so powerful.
it's just roll high enough.
Yeah.
Meoth goes to sleep, but the rest of them don't.
Okay.
Are you gonna do anything else before?
Nope. That's it for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the sleepy icon on me.
Sure. Okay. Just doing a quick check. So, Jase is going to go over to Meoth and use her action to give him a kick and wake him up. And then she says, "For Khazar!" And a gold light spouts from her hand and basks over Meoth. And Meoth seems to regain some of his strength. And she says, "You'll have to try more clever tricks than that." Kelnozz, it's your turn again.
Okay, I'm gonna charge forward,
Okay.
and I'm gonna attack this dude with my rapier.
As soon as you enter into his combat space, he takes a reaction to take an attack on you. His glaive spins with skill you've rarely seen elsewhere. And he uses his reaction to attack. 16 hit.
That's a hit. How much
Yeah,
damage?
I'm just rolling it. You take 7 slashing damage.
Oof.
Go ahead with your turn.
Ouch. Okay, well,
Sounds like you're lucky.
I'll use Bardic Inspiration as a bonus.
Okay.
Who do I not give it to yet? I'll give it to Theren. And then I will use my attack. Aha!
22 on Jamez hits.
Technically, I should be rolling with advantage.
Technically, you should be. Technically, your advantage is canceling out the disadvantage of you fighting in daylight. You hit, so might as well take the damage. It's not a big deal. 6.
6 piercing.
Okay.
That's it. I only get 1 attack.
Okay. Now it is Brynn's turn. Brynn, you are incapacitated from your laughter, but you can take another healing save then.
Sorry, I can take another
Wisdom save?
throw?
Nice.
You overcome the spell, and you no longer see what was so funny.
Oh,
Unfortunately, your turn is over.
disgusting.
Next is Jamez's turn. Jamez is going to take another attack against Kelnozz.
Don't do it.
Does a 9 hit?
That is a miss. Biatch.
He's going to take a bonus action.
Words.
Well, Jamez slashes down with his glaive. You manage to turn out of the way, and while you say that "ha" thing, he spins around with the back end of his glaive, and with a bonus action, smashes you in the face with it.
Ouch.
Ooh, spite.
Oh, that's a hit for sure.
And you take 7 bludgeoning damage. Now it's Theron's turn.
I'm unconscious.
Oh boy. Alright, I am going to run towards Meoth. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
So I have to roll 1d8 plus 3, I think that is. I'll just say that's it.
Copper lightning starts at your hands and crackles up through your body, rejuvenating you.
Excellent.
Okay. Now it is Meoth's turn. Meoth is going to... Meoth is going to use his bonus action to disengage. And takes a step back here. And throws a dagger at you.
Jerk.
Ooh.
Oh, come on.
That's some bullshit. Oh my god.
Oh.
What the fuck?
I'm out.
The dagger plunges deep into your chest. Alright. Now it is Eikoo's turn.
All right. I do the following. I cast Grease.
Okay.
Right there. And I start running away.
Okay.
See ya.
Jaze is going to go over to Brynn. Let's see, 10. Okay. And she points her trident at him and says, I think it's time that you surrender.
Hmm.
And, sorry, just finding the right thing here. And as she says that, she just gestures with her trident. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I just escaped the last wisdom saving throw.
I believe in you.
Her eyes flash with gold light as she says surrender, and for a minute you feel your body tense and constrict, but you manage to resist it and shake off the effects.
Lucky.
Still got it.
It is Kelnozz's turn. Make a death saving throw.
Oof. One failure.
Okay.
Not ideal.
Brynn, it's your turn.
Is there, like, are we like way out in the open? Is there any terrain nearby?
You're pretty much, there's like, you guys are along the road and there is some trees, some groups of trees, but it's mostly hills and farmlands. As you kind of get up more in the higher elevations towards the Frosted Tip Mountains. Make a perception check as you look around. You think you can hear hooves coming, but you're not sure if it's just your heart beating in your chest.
So there's not enough terrain for me to like try and slip away in stealth, or
It would be a tough endeavor at this point.
stealth?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not sure what to do here. So we've got a dead Theren, a dead Kelnozz. Eikooc is just sprinting away at full speed. Didn't even like turn around and cast a firebolt or anything. Just
I
ran
did.
away.
I cast grease on the ground so they couldn't follow me.
Oh, okay. Just protecting yourself there and leaving me in the grease trap.
You're off
I
the
get
path
it.
already. Just
I get it.
run around the side and
For
come
what
back.
it's worth, that grease, not really much of a deterrent for you.
That's
It's
true.
difficult terrain
I
you can
ignored
get
difficult terrain. Okay. I will move to the other side of said grease. I have 35, so that's pretty close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And
You can always take an action to run too, right?
well, I want to hit them with my bow too. So I'll fire a shot at Jazzy. The old longbow
Nice.
definitely hits.
Wow.
28?
Yeah.
Now hold
Feels
on
like we
there.
should have
11.
more damage
Yeah,
than
you're supposed to roll 2d8 plus 4.
Okay, so I'll just roll another d8.
Just, yeah, one more d8.
2d8
Yeah.
plus 4.
Keep the first 8.
Yeah.
So that's 13 damage total.
What's this
That's
plus
not
3
bad.
too?
Oh, yeah, sorry. 16 damage, right? It's
Yeah,
8 plus
16.
8. Okay.
Oh no, this did it. This did it. It's 11. If you look, the 8 is a d8 plus 4, and the other one's just a d8. So it's 11 total.
Oh, it says rolling 1d8 plus 4 equals 4 plus 4.
Yeah, which is 8, and then you go mouse over the 3, and it says rolling 1d8 equals 3.
Oh, yeah, he's right.
Yeah, 11. There you go.
So 11 damage. 16 if you really want to give it to. I didn't earn it.
Well, a 4 and a 3. Which is not terrible. It's average-ish.
All right, your arrow
Hold on.
catches Jazé between one of the scales in her armor. She curses. Next up is Jamez. Let's see if Jamez can do anything. Jamez is going to run up and say, Jaze, are you okay? And she goes, that guy got me really good. Miata's right. That guy's annoying. And he is going to take a defensive stance around her. He says, they won't hurt you anymore, Jaze. Theren, make a death saving throw. Okay, you got a success. Okay, Mia's turn. He is going to throw another dagger at Brynn. But you're a little far away, so it's going to be a disadvantage.
Oh my god. Get out of here, boys. Why are you
Jesus.
rolling so well?
I
And
don't know.
your entire team's sucking an egg.
You take
No, that wasn't.
10 piercing damage as
Jesus.
you think you're safe because you're farther away than what a usual dagger can do. But this cat creature just throws it with superhuman dexterity.
Super cat dexterity. Super cat speed.
Yuck. You're about, what, 35 or 70 feet away? If you took the full
Yeah,
dash?
like- Well, I was. What was I? I was like.
You can be where you are if you want.
Yeah, I was like there-ish, and then I ran like another. I ran 30, so I'm probably off the screen a little bit, but I'm, probably about 60 away from them or something like that right now. I will toss a. I'll stop and toss a firebolt back at them, and then run another 30.
Which one are you shooting at?
The middle.
Okay, that's Jaze. And Jaze
It's 15 hit.
holds up her shield, and the firebolt harmlessly hits the shield.
Oh my god.
Make a perception check.
Perception.
You hear the distinct sound of hooves coming down the road.
Oh,
And
no.
as you look, you can see it appears to be a patrol by the the council patrol.
I wave my hands and shout, "Help! We're being attacked!"
They start coming over at a faster clip, and you look back and see that Jaze is bleeding profusely from where Brynn shot her, and Jamez is dragging her away. And Mia says, No, we're not leaving! We almost have them, and that guy made me fall in the water! Let's see whose turn. Jaze starts limping away and says, We're spent! Now's not the time. We'll get them late. We'll finish the job later. And Mia starts following as well. You guys gonna... They seem to be retreating. Are you guys gonna... What are you gonna do?
Kill them all!
I'm gonna fire another arrow at Jaze.
Go ahead.
Try and finish the job.
Nice.
Ooh, 22 hits.
Oof.
Better than your crit.
Yeah.
You manage to catch her in the back of the leg where she doesn't have any armor on, and Jamez immediately kind of moves behind her.
Was she dead?
Nope, she's not dead. No.
Questionable. Got her
And-
new Achilles.
They are continuing to retreat as the guard patrol starts getting closer. What's the meaning of this? You can hear him getting a bit closer.
We were attacked.
We were attacked by those 3 goons. Quick,
When-
run them down!
As you point in that direction, you notice this is just another puff of smoke. And they seem to have evaded you.
Blast! They're off again.
But you do notice that in the scuffle, it looks like Miat's hat has been left behind.
Hmm.
And that is what will cease for the night.
Damn.